Wow. That wasn't good. Let's talk about sex, but not in the way that you're used to. Hi, my name is Victoria, and this is the Pleasure Prism, where I will be shining light on intimacy, relationships, and the cultural factors that shape the way that we experience the world and interact with the people around us. So, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video. So this is just pretty much like a little introduction video. Who the heck am I? Who is this girl that's a woman over here talking about sex and all of these random things? So, little introduction. My name is Victoria. My master's degree in marriage and family therapy, and pursue a doctorate as well as pursue a certification in becoming a licensed sex therapist. So sex is a very fun topic for me. I like talking about it with random people, with people I know. So I created this channel to kind of educate people on the different aspects that can affect your love life, relationships, your sex life, and just you going to the grocery store. So I kind of just want to touch on everything because everything is interconnected. So a little bit about like my credentials, just a little bit. I do have a bachelor's degree in psychology. This channel, a lot of the, or all of the topics will, I'll say most of the topics, I don't know the future. Most of the topics will be based on research, peer-reviewed journals. So all of the stuff is backed up by science. Resources will be in the description box, so you can get to, researching and do your own investigation. Don't just go based off of what I say, but hopefully this channel is a way for almost like a launching point for you to be able to investigate and do your own research into different topics that you have questions about, because I feel like asking questions is important. So the channel isn't just about research. That's boring. Trust me, doing research itself can be boring. I get it. I understand. But we're gonna be having fun. We're gonna integrate different things. We're gonna integrate. I also have a minor in film. So I like watching movies. My favorite movie is Iron Giant and Spirit. The Horse of... It's my favorite movie. I should probably know what it's called, but I don't. And yeah, those are my two favorite movies. I love Spider-Man. I love SpongeBob. I'll probably be quoting SpongeBob a lot. If you get sick of it, I hate to tell you, at this point, it's a part of me. Like, it's ingrained in me at this point. So I love talking about TV shows. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that. I also play video games. I watch anime. Don't ask me what recent anime I've watched, because yeah, I haven't. I've been busy, like, relax. But I enjoy all of those things. So I'm sure at some point there'll either be memes or there'll be topics of discussion and how they relate to sex in real life and all of that fun stuff, as well as debunking myths. There are a lot of sexual myths, or myths in general, about relationships and what men and women should be doing and blah, 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 that I look to debunk, or at least just come back and understand like where they come from. I feel like a lot of stereotypes and myths and stuff are rooted in some level of truth, but unfortunately through like a game of telephone through the centuries, the original message got lost. So I think that finding those and understanding those messages are important. For YouTube's sake, let's just say 18 and older, just to be safe. But the information is supposed to be educational. It's supposed to be entertaining. I don't want to bore you. I am looking to personally build my own body of work for when I become a sex therapist and once I start seeing clients, so that way I can hopefully give these resources to my clients in a pretty little package that's fun to watch. The idea of this channel kind of sprang to my mind because of the current situation with things, and some research is starting to be taken away. This is not supposed to be political. This is not political. This is not going to be a political channel. But unfortunately, politics does affect everyone. And so I live in America. And so with these forces at work, they, you know, information is most important right now. And so this channel is supposed to kind of fill in that gap. Kind of growing up, I've always liked talking about sex. And even though at a point when I was younger, I didn't like to, like my mom tried to have the talk with me, and I ended up locking myself in the bathroom for like 3 hours because I didn't want to talk about it. And now I love talking about it. Like, there are a lot of myths or stigmas or different factors that are at play that make it difficult for people to interact with one another, especially on like an intimate level. And so I wanted to, I guess, kind of build confidence in people, hopefully build a community of people that find the information useful. Maybe, you know, some video topics you think you might know, and then it comes out that, oh wow, I actually learned this piece. I didn't know that this was a thing. So I'm hoping that different topics that you think you know, you can still enjoy the video and feel as though you can gather something from it, you know? I just feel like there's so many different ways that sex is pushed in America. I can't speak for everywhere, but I feel like there's so many different ways that sex is pushed in your face. But then once people want to talk about it, it's like, nah. We're not gonna talk about that. Don't. That's the weird cousin that nobody talks about. Like, we're not gonna do that. But it's important. It's important, you know, to learn about these things if you're supposed to function. I mean, at base level, if you want a kid, then you kind of need to understand how it works and the complications and things that can come with that. Like, that's kind of just pivotal. That's important. Even growing up, like, I never learned how to like use condoms. Like, that wasn't a thing for me. I learned because I had a friend and we went over her mother's boyfriend's house, and she told me that condoms were like apparently like a string, and the string hooked onto the dude, and then the other part went inside of the woman, and condom, no baby. Like, that's not, granted, we were young, but it's like, what if I never learned? Not to say I learned, but like, what if I never learned? What if I never did research to like understand these things? Like, that's kind of a problem. You know, so almost like, at least in my school, we didn't have to learn how to do finances and all of that stuff. So growing up and having to do taxes for the first time, if I didn't have TurboTax, this is not sponsored. If I didn't have TurboTax, I wouldn't be filing my taxes. Like, or at least it would probably be wrong. So, you know, it's important to know these things as an adult, as a growing, wow, I feel old, but as a growing youth, it's important to know these things. Once I reached like middle school age, I kind of started getting into role play chat rooms on Facebook. Weird, I know. And you know, a lot of those chat rooms were like sexually aggressive, like towards women, specifically. And it was very like disconcerting, even at like a younger age. It was very strange. It was very weird, to have this level of aggression towards somebody. I just always found it weird. I'm a pacifist. If I play video games, nope, that's a lie. If it's animals, I'm a pacifist. It depends on what the person did. I almost lied. It was very aggressive and it was very strange to me. And then on par with my age, a lot of my peers, friends started looking up corn videos. If you get it, they started looking up corn videos and telling me about it. And I started to notice the weird way that specifically Black corn actors were portrayed, almost like in this, I don't know, like almost in this kind of like hyper masculine, dominant, beast man like type of way. And it was very strange. Like, and even the women, like the degrading nature of it, the male gaze, film terms. It was just all these different factors that you could see. It was, I don't know, it culminated in something and it sparked something. Just side note, this will be a topic for another video, but I hate when men are wearing boots while they're doing it. I hate it. Or if you're just wearing socks, I hate it. I hate it so much if it's in court. I hate it. I get it. I just hate your decisions. Like, you could create like Flint Lockwood like shoes or something, but just for like the bottom of your feet if you need the grip. But like, let the Timbs go with the socks. Like, do you take the pants off and then put it back? Once I moved on to high school, I finally got streaming services. And so I started watching them and discovering films in different countries, and specifically Europe. And the European movies were more open about sex than it seemed like the American ones were, or at least the way that they portrayed relationships and how it led up to sex seemed to be different. Like, there was more emotionality to it than it was like over here in the West, where it just felt kind of artificial. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll have to deep dive into that later, but yeah, it just felt different. And so the European movies hit a lot different, and I started to go towards that. I also, during this time, I watched Nymphomaniac. It's very long, 2-part movie, and I loved it. And one day I hope to be able to go back to it. But yeah, that was kind of what sparked my interest in like kinks and different sexual topics like that. Because at that point I had never even heard of a nymphomaniac, and so like that got me into just looking into other avenues of things. As I started to get older, and jumping into my undergrad years, I started talking to more and more people, and they were just kind of overall saying how dissatisfied they were with their relationships. And they would come and talk to me and confide in me in like their issues. And I've always had a connection with people. I've always been, what people have told me, easy to talk to. So I wanted to talk to these people and kind of understand where the disconnect was. But a lot of the time, I mainly have male friends. Like, I don't really have too many female friends. But in talking with my female friends, they were really saying how dissatisfied they were with their relationships and with sex. And that was weird to me. But then the guys were cool. So I don't know. Like, it was like, okay, where's that gap? Where are we missing each other again? Where's the gap? Like I said, I got my minor in film, and this is where my critical lens started to really become developed and honed. side note, psychology and film have a lot more of a connection than I thought they did. And so because of my psych background and because of my film background, it allowed me to see a lot more and connect a lot more dots than I thought. Critical lens, I was able to understand why certain movies and things moved me back in high school. Like in high school, I watched Blue is the Warmest Color. It was also, I cried. It was a very good movie. I really like that movie. I'd like to go back and watch that too. And so now we're here. Now I am, like I said earlier, I am studying to get my master's in marriage and family therapy. And I'm hoping to get my certification in sex therapy as well as a PhD in marriage and family therapy. And I'm hoping to be able to reach more people, talk to more people, and help people be able to develop a healthier and better and more satisfying sex life. So to all that watch this channel, I hope that you learned something that you didn't know, or reaffirming things that you didn't know. If you have any suggestions, topics, or anything like that, they're more than welcome in the comments. Keep it clean, keep it nice. Nice people get talked to. Nice. Thank you for joining me on my first video, my intro video to the channel. If any of this kind of piques your interest, or like I said, if you have any topics or any comments or anything, or you just like the vibe, make sure to leave it in the comment section of the channel. I have an Instagram page as well to keep you posted on different things that are happening, or just upcoming topics or videos. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and I look forward to guiding you through the prism.